What is a freelance writer? It seems like everybody's been talking about freelancing lately, specifically freelance writing. Why? Because it's a way that you can make money on the side or work part-time and make a full-time income with a skill set that you kind of already have. I think there's a lot of confusion about what exactly a freelance writer is and how freelance writers get paid. So keep watching, buddy, because I'm going to walk you through the different types of freelance writing that exist, how each of those types of freelance writers gets paid, and how they find clients. Plus, I'll give you a little info on how to decide which type of freelance writing is best for you. So keep watching. Okay, buddy, let's go. Okay, I'm back. My batteries were dead and then it took a couple days to find some time to record again. But anyways, what is a freelance writer? A freelance writer creates written content for clients and they're paid by those clients to create that content. When you're a freelance writer, you're considered a contractor of the client that you're working for. This means that when tax time rolls around, your client will give you a 1099 as opposed to a W-2. W-2s are for full-time salaried employees. 1099s are for contractors. There are three main types of freelance writing: creative fiction or nonfiction, which includes essays; editorial and journalism, which includes magazine and newspaper articles; and the last bucket is copywriting and content writing. Okay, let's talk about a few examples. For creative writing, you're writing short fiction or essays, which could be nonfiction, that will be published in literary journals, magazines, or other publications. So a good example of this would be the Modern Love column from the New York Times. I think that's pretty famous. Those are nonfiction essays, and that falls under the creative writing umbrella. Editorial and journalism pieces, of course, include newspaper articles, but that also includes any kind of article you would read in a magazine, whether it be Vogue, Sports Illustrated, Home and Garden. That's all editorial. People often get editorial and content writing mixed up because they can be around the same length and cover similar topics even. But the difference is who is publishing it. If your writing is appearing in a publication that derives their income from ads or affiliate links or subscriptions, then that is editorial or journalism writing. Copywriting / content writing, on the other hand, is used by businesses who want to sell their products or services. So it's part of their marketing plan. So for example, if a kombucha brand has a blog on their website, those blog posts are content writing, not editorial writing. Even if you're writing about almost the same exact topics, it all depends on who publishes it. I think people get confused about what copywriting is. Copy is anytime businesses use words to sell their products or services. So let me show you some examples. This letter from Grammarly, that's copywriting. These are words they're trying to sell me their service. This promo for a restaurant that some lady gave me in San Diego, that is copy. What else? Even like the words on a chapstick, copy. I don't know. This isn't sponsored by chapstick, by the way. This is product copy. All these words, product copy. But also, like, if you receive an email from a business, like I shop at Aerie a lot. So if I get an email from them that's like 20% off of leggings, any text in there, that is copy. If I go on their website and there's like text like, I don't know, spring refresh. You see it like a headline, graphics on a website, a copywriter writes those. If you're not working in marketing, if you're not a copywriter, you probably just like don't even acknowledge that those words exist, but someone did write them and someone got paid to write them, most importantly. Regardless of what type of freelance writing you want to do, you have to have a portfolio. Please ignore these wires. Anyways, a lot of people who want to be a writer get kind of into this chicken and the egg situation where they're not sure what comes first. Do they get a client first or do they write something first? The answer is you write something first. Whatever type of writing that you want to do, you need to have at least one finished piece in that genre. Let's call it a genre. The requirements are a little bit different for each type of writing, so keep watching because I'm going to explain how to get clients for each type of freelance writing. Let's go! Okay, let's talk about how to get clients. So for creative fiction or nonfiction, you want to start with writing a piece or two. More than any other type of freelance writing, I really recommend that you join some kind of like writing circle or writer's workshop to get some feedback on your work. Once you have at least one piece that you feel like is really solid, start submitting it to literary magazines or other journals that publish creative fiction and nonfiction. I will say that this genre of freelance writing is highly competitive. Like, don't quit your day job to pursue this. This is something that's best done in addition to working some kind of other job. Not that this isn't worthwhile. If you really love writing, then you should be deriving your enjoyment out of the actual craft process, not so much getting published. I have a couple books that I would recommend for you to read. One is definitely On Writing by Stephen King. I mean, that's kind of like the gold standard. Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert also goes into the process of trying to get published. Writers and Lovers by Lily King is a good fictionalized version of what life is like when you're trying to make it as a creative writer to getting, your first stories or novel published. Also, a disclaimer, that is not the type of writing that I do. I understand how you make it happen in theory, but in practice, I have never tried to be published. Except like in college, I did try to get into my university's literary magazine and I didn't make it. So I just gave up, which doesn't sound like me now, but at the time, low self-esteem. Okay, so moving on to editorial. You want to create at least one sample that shows off your writing skills. So think about the types of articles that you want to write. Do you want to write deep dives into small town American life? Do you want to do think pieces on sustainability? Do you want to write about the latest fashion trends? That's what your first piece should be like. It should be whatever you want to write about. Then find some publications that you're interested in working with. WhoPaysWriters.com is an amazing resource for this. Then go to their contact page and follow their submission guidelines. Usually editors just want you to pitch story ideas, but occasionally they want you to send the whole story. The editor will then help you to improve your writing. And by the way, when you're submitting your ideas, usually they want to see an example of something you've already written, so that's where that original piece comes in. For more info about this type of freelance writing, I recommend the Writing Coach podcast by Rebecca L. Weber. She's awesome, and she knows a lot more about this type of writing than I do. Now finally, let's get into my specialty, which is copywriting and content writing. Now, no offense, but this is where the money's at. So the first thing you need to do is choose the industry and the type of writing that you're going to do. And you need a portfolio with at least 3 samples of that type of writing in that industry. So for example, if you want to write blogs for beauty businesses, then you need to create 3 blog posts about beauty topics while pretending to write for one or more of your ideal clients. Then you can start finding clients either through cold pitching, freelance job boards, networking, or freelancing platforms like Fiverr and Upwork. If you don't have a lot of writing experience, this is kind of a tricky space to be. Your clients usually will not know that much about writing, so they're not going to give you advice on how to improve your writing, which is good because if your writing isn't awesome, they might just not know. But it'll be up to you to develop your skills. You cannot rely on your clients to help you get better. For a full rundown on how to launch a freelance copy or content business, check out my masterclass, How to Start Freelance Writing in 3 Simple Steps. I'll link it in the description box below. But basically, I tell you how to choose a niche and a service, how to come up with your portfolio pieces, and also how to cold pitch, which in my opinion is the best way to find freelance writing clients. So let's talk about how do freelance writers get paid? Because that's an important question, right? How are we gonna make some money doing stuff we like doing? The truth is, creative writers aren't always paid. Like many artists, it's feast or famine. You might not make any money doing what you love, but if you love it, that's okay, as long as you have another source of income. But you do have the potential to, hit it big, write the next Harry Potter or Bridgerton or whatever. But the bottom line here is it's art. You shouldn't be depending on your art to make you money, because nothing kills creativity like trying to force it to feed you. But sometimes creative writers do get paid. Creative writers and editorial writers / journalists usually get paid via check or a payroll system owned by the publisher. If you go to whopayswriters.com, they will tell you more about how the publisher does payments and how long it takes them to pay you and how much they pay. If you are a freelance copywriter or content writer, you have some more options. You could be paid via check or the payroll system of your client. If you're on a freelancing platform, you'll be paid through the platform, or you can own the relationship. Like, for example, I send all my invoices and collect payments through Honeybook. By the way, I have a 50% off code for Honeybook if you want to try it. It's in the description. Okay, so which form of freelance writing is going to be right for you? Well, my buddy, only you can know that. But here's my perception. If you love creative writing, I say go for it. Just know that it might not pay the bills for a while. It might not ever pay the bills, but if it feels good to you to be a creative writer, then go for it. I mean, life is too short, and I really believe that it's good for our brains and for our souls to make things, to make beautiful things that we care about. But if you're like, I need to make some money, I want this to be my job, maybe you're like me and you're like, I am not capable of doing anything else but writing, then editorial / journalism or copywriting and content writing could be a good way for you to make money while using your writing skills. Also, is being a freelance writer worth it? Well, in my opinion, it obviously is. I really cannot overemphasize how much my life changed for the better when I became a freelancer, because you can charge more per hour as a freelancer than you can when you're working in a salary position. You can make more money while working less hours. Working less meant that I was able to start seeing a therapist and start working on my mental health for things that I had been struggling with for years. It also allowed me to travel more and see the world, and basically to make the most of my precious time on Earth. Which is why I make these videos, because I want to pass that gift on to other people. I'm not being dramatic when I say that freelancing saved my life. I mean, that is kind of dramatic, but like, I mean it. If you want to be a freelance writer, there are lots of free resources online. Of course, there's the Freelance Writer's Guide. I have a YouTube channel, TikTok, blog. There's a bunch of freebies on my website, and it's all free. Oh, I'm on Instagram too. Yes. If you're looking for a comprehensive course on how to launch and grow your freelance writing business, check out the Freelance Writer's Guide to the Galaxy. This course has 9 modules of video lessons and step-by-step instructions on how to choose your niche, set up your portfolio, cold pitch, get clients, send contracts, proposals, and invoices, stay organized, do marketing for your business, network, and basically grow it into an agency at the end if you want. If you want more personalized one-on-one support, I also offer one-on-one coaching. I have a 6-week mentorship program called 6 Weeks to Launch. During this program, I will help you to set up your freelance writing business, choosing your niche and the services that you're gonna offer. I will help you create your portfolio pieces. I will edit all the pieces for you on our calls so that you can improve your writing skills. I'll help you set up a portfolio website, a beautiful one on Squarespace, of course. And at the end of the program, we will finish with a strategy for the next year for what you should do to continue to grow your business. If you're an established writer, I also offer one-on-one strategy sessions to figure out how you can make more money and work less, because that's the name of the game, baby. If you like this video, please support the Freelance Writer's Guide by giving us a thumbs up and subscribing. If you have any questions at all, just leave them as comments below, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye. My little standing desk. Oh. Okay. Oh no, it's too high. What's happening? Oh, my tea is ready. How am I out of battery again? I literally just changed the battery. You know, I bought this in 2013, and it's from Forever 21. It's amazing. It's almost 10 years old. Why is every car driving by right now? No one ever comes down the street. I don't know what that was about. People like drag racing. Anyways,